Okay, looks like we are live again. Okay, so the progress we are looking for today is to see whether for some reason my phone doesn't pick up my microphone, or it does, but when the app is being running, the microphone doesn't work. So all sorts of compatibility issues that we've got. And we see what's happening in this delivery. Well, and that is a beautiful drive. Oh, and it was dropped. A beautiful throw. Hit the stumps. Questions have been asked to the umpire, but the umpire says nope. And the ball is straight through the batsman. Let's see what's happening with this ball. Whoa, and that ball was swung for a 6. And the umpire says it's a 6. Picked up beautifully. Cannot see what the person's name is, but it's a beautiful 6, that one. Square. And that is probably coming with the faster bowlers. Going to get a bit more movement on the ball. And it copy and paste another 6. The second 6 in succession. And that is where we can see now why both the teams have got such high scores. The Pumas are on fire here. Oh, sorry. And it didn't go for another 6, just a single run. So yeah, let's coming back to the stats. With the Pumas playing against the CPI Old Boys. If we look at the standings right now at the moment, or before the game, the CPI Challengers are on top of the log with 72 points. The Rebels are second with 48 points. And then we get the Pumas, which are on 44 points. They are just above the Old Boys, who've got 40 points. So it's 4 points the difference. Will the old boys come in and catch the Pumas with this game? Looks like all the team members have got the team gear on, so they will be getting extra points there. But it's not going to make the difference, or it's not going to close the gap between the two, because both teams are getting that points. It's all going to come down to who wins this game. And what is happening during the day where there is some other points that are able to be collected. That was a wild throw in and the ball missed the stumps. The overthrow and another overthrow. But Old Boys didn't, or the Pumas didn't go for another run. The batsman says he is not ready yet for that ball. Waiting for a while. And the bowler comes again. He's going to try again. Will it be another 6? Nope. And the ball was knocked back to fine leg. Or deep fine leg. The only runs that were added was these that they run between the 2 wickets. It wasn't the boundary, didn't score wasn't a 4. Not enough pace on that ball to run over for a 4. So what will the Pumas do now? And he hits a wild one. Is it going to be a 4? No, the ball was stopped just in time. Ball being thrown in. The guys at the stumps are nice and young, so they can quickly run a few more runs between the wickets. And they want to open up. Is it going to be caught? It's high in the air. And it is a 6. The Pumas make it look so easy. And just collected at the boundary. Ball being thrown in. Just a single run. And Rebel as being knocked back to mid-off. Looked like it's a change of bowlers. Wicketkeeper is changing the field again. So they're coming with another tactic. Not liking being hit for a few 6s in that one over. He's sending his players to the boundaries. And the batsmen have a talk. deciding what tactics are they going to use for the next over. Taking a look at where the fielders are being placed to counter their attack. They'll devise a strategy to attack accordingly. Bowler is warming up. There's a definite move here with all the fielders being moved to the boundary, so they're going to try and stop the long hits because they've been seeing the batsman is getting his eye in. Going to swing every ball, let him rather tire himself out running between the wickets than scoring boundaries. And he just does that. Just knock it to the back for a 4. Down to third man. Let's see if we can move in a little bit more, a little bit closer. There you go, looks a lot better. Oh, and that's a big 6 on the far side of the field. And it's a well-deserved 6 runs added to their total. Sounds like the man bowling is called Hannes. We've got him on our list as Hannes Herbst. And a cheeky 4 coming through. Being knocked to deep fine leg. No, it's not a 4. It was... ball didn't roll far enough. Ball being passed to the bowler. And that is going to be a... No, it's not going to be a boundary. It's stopped by deep point. Was it a run out? That was a beautiful throw in from the boundary. Nice and accurate. That is why these guys, they play with experience. Another ball is being bowled, just knocked off to fine leg or deep fine leg. While the fielder is running behind the ropes, it's an obvious 4 runs. Going to have to maybe you'll be able to see on the... No, you can't. Let it turn it around. There is like a not a wall there, but there's a hill there. The ball ran up the hill, so it just explains how quickly the ball was rolling in that direction. Time being wasted looking for the ball. Ball is being thrown in. And the ball is knocked to the back for 4. Is it going to be stopped? It's going to be stopped. It's not a boundary. Why is this phone now? Hey, there it's a bit better. Maybe if you've heard something that people keep talking about the goals, and that ball was missed and runs through for 4. It's just a testament to what the pace is on the ball with this bowler. Coming back to the goals being ready in South Africa, we know how long it takes for the goals to get ready to put your meat on the braai. It usually is around about an hour, exactly the same as the first innings of all the fielders. So when their innings is, or the Puma innings is over, it's going to be a 4. It's a boundary. It was stopped. Just 2 runs by the batsman. In any case, coming back to the braai, so obviously in the second innings, the fielding team will be sitting next to the field, which means they all won't be, only their batsmen will be on the field. So it will give them a time to put their meat on, spice everything, get everything ready. Sounds like a Zander is bowling, or was bowling. Just going to move to another chair. And we are back. There's a few kids that was on the field. It's a family day out. Kids, families, loved ones sitting next to the field, enjoying the day out. And from our vantage point, we'll be able to look at the cold as well. It looks like about ready, but not everybody likes to dry with charcoal. Many guys prefer wood. And the ball was knocked back to third man. Stop limiting the runs. And it's Donovan chasing the ball. Donovan Young. Donovan Young is one of the guys that have already played 105 games. He equals to Nico Venter for CPI Old Boys. One of 3 very experienced players on this team. The other one, of course, being Dani Ferreira, who played 157 games with a batting average of 19 50s. He only had 2 50s in his career, or LMS career, with an average of 56, or a high score of 56 runs. You also have to remember in LMS, when you score your 50 runs, you go back to the, what do they call it, pits. Only to come back again when the rest of your teammates are out, and you can continue with the 50 you've got. That is how the players get more than 50 runs. It's rarely that these guys will score 100 runs being bowled, and it is punished to the boundary. Nice bit of fielding over there. We can hear it was against the leg, but it's not enough. They're not trusting a possible overthrow, so they're not going to risk being stumped. Once again, it's being called on Zander Rasmussen to bowl. And the wicketkeeper is changing his field, trying another strategy. And he's out. Looks like the ball was tipped to the back, caught by the wicketkeeper. Although they lost the wicket now, the old boys, or the Pumas, they're about to put on a big score here today. Is it the field? Is it the players? We would suggest maybe it is more to do with the experience of these teams. Looking at the Puma team, with 552 matches between the guys on the field here right now. We can look at a guy called Kyle McKay. He played 136 matches. And the batsman's off his mark. Just knock it over the heads of the two fielders on the offside. Staying in cover and mid-off. Or cover and extra cover. Oh, nearly another run out. Nearly was good. Just knock it to the back and the wicketkeeper was a bit off balance. Just couldn't catch that ball. Batsman can be extremely lucky. Look like Zander Rasmussen is making his mark on this field, on this team, for his very first game, playing for the old boys. And he's coming in. People are motivated for more runs. The fielders want to stop the runs. And they are attacking. And it was a safe single run. A little bit lucky there, and the field is encouraging Zander Rasmussen to keep doing his thing. He's over his finish. Zander is walking with a South African cap. It must be that either he played for South Africa as a youngster, quite a young boy. Hannes is being moved to the back. And we've got 5 people on the boundaries. Expecting big hits from the batsman right now. Let's see if the predicted field placing, and it is a 6. Wow! He's on top of on the roof of the ball landed on the roof of the clubhouse. There's one massive 6. You see the power behind that swing. The guys are looking for the ball. Might have rolled off the roof, but still have to look for it. I see a cap popping out, and they've got the ball. The game can continue. The fielders are still on the boundary, standing on the line, on the rope. Or in this case, it looks like a swimming pool pipe. It serves the same purpose. And the ball is being bowled. Now it's only knocked to the back to the fly slip area. Third man is coming in, getting the ball and throwing it to the bowler. We can see now that the batsmen aren't scared of the bowler. The current batsman is not wearing a helmet. It's not needed when a spinner comes up. But the ball is going to be caught. No, his ball is not being caught. At extra cover. Ball just landed short of the fieldsman. Any possible ball can go through to a 6. So let's see what's happening. And he's opening up again. It's a big 6 and it's in a tree. It's not a lemon tree, but its ball is in a tree. Came out. Ball is being returned to the bowler. And the Pumas are racking up pretty big scores here now. Donovan Young is being encouraged for the old boys to take a wicket just for something like this happening, but the ball falls in no man's land. High ball, but nobody was close to catch the ball. And Zander is coming in for another over. Will he do his magic? Wondering how the field placement wouldn't change too much. The two batsmen just having a chat quickly. looks like they're going to take on something big now, because I spoke with a third batsman who's on the field. He's obviously not making any runs now. He's just there to get close to the wickets as soon as somebody gets out. So he's wearing a helmet. So having big plans now. It is obvious that the ball's going to be swinging. Well, this innings is quickly drawing to a close. It's probably with quite a few wickets still in hand. They're going to do a lot of things. Look at that good fielding. Covering each other. That is where experience comes and makes it look so easy. Ball is being bowled. Oh, nearly hit the umpire. It's going to be stopped. It's not going to be a boundary. And Zander Rasmussen is still on his last over. He's being hit around now. And that was nearly out. Just missed his stumps by a few inches. Maybe the batsman was a bit over-motivated to score some big sixes. Trying to swing everything, but if somebody with a bit of experience comes and just do something different, another wicket to fall. And that's a full toss, but the ball is being chased down the lawn. Fielded by long leg. A slight breeze coming through the field now, keeping the guys cool. And is that going to be a catch? No, the ball lands in no man's land. The deep mid wicket has a long way to run to get to the ball. Is he going to stop, return to mid wicket, or is he going to fall back? And Zander Rasmussen is finished with his over. And the batsmen have a talk. They're not including the third batsman, so that's just a quick talk, not some strategy being planned there now. Old boys coming with a little bit spin, and that ball was, like they say in Afrikaans, klapped for another six. Luckily there is not much windows around this field, but the Pumas are racking up a high score here. They finally found the ball, throwing it back, and the match may continue. And the batsmen are running a few singles. Quite aggressively racking up a few more runs. It's the end of the over, and the end of the innings. No, it's not the end of the innings. The batsman who reached his 50th who added another 50 to his stats. He cannot be too much left over in this innings. Long past the 1 hour mark, but the ball was being hit a few times looking for the ball. And we're back. And that ball was hit high in the air. Now it's not going for a 6, it just came down, plunked into the grass. We all knew this is going to be a tough match from the start. Two very experienced teams playing. And another ball being chased to the boundary, but it was stopped by mid-on. Cannot see his name from here, but he came in from the boundary, stopped the ball, and the game continues. Oh, and that was close to being nicked by the batsman. Trusty hands of the wicketkeeper caught the ball. If he nicked that ball, he would have been out. And it's a new bowler come to add his talent to see what he can change into the... Oh, and it was nearly caught there by the bowler. That might be kind of a sting there now. Might stung a bit, but it seems like it's not too serious, probably used to it. And he goes for another ball. Oh, and it was a big... It was caught! He's out! Caught that long off. Beautiful catch. Making it look easy with his... all that... experience on his side. He knew exactly where to stand, where to run, catching that ball, making it look easy. You can see that teamwork from old boys. He's still full of motivation to limit the few balls that is left over for the Pumas to score with. It's a lovely day here at the Varsity Oval. And the ball is about to roll. Oh, and that ball went right through him. The fielding on the boundary says it's... Wow, and that ball, he was nicked it. He's going for 4. Yeah, that ball went right through to a 4. The person bowling now is a Graham Maguire, confirmed by his teammates. here on the boundary. And the bowler approaches the wicket. Bowls. Just seems like he's struggling with Graham's bowling. Graham found his stride, making it difficult for the batsmen to continue their onslaught with sixes. And the batsmen feel like they have to exchange a word, maybe a bit of encouragement, just to keep the scoreboard knocking over or ticking over. Graham Maguire obviously had a great impact on their rhythm. Ball's ball is slightly wide. Is umpire giving it? Looks like it might have been. Plays a wild swing from the batsman. And no runs added except for maybe a wide. And it's a full toss. Is the ball going to be caught? No, it lands in no man's land. Runners scored, the two batsmen scored another 2 runs. Just keeping that scoreboard ticking over. Apparently the wicketkeeper explains that the wind is playing a factor now. And the batsman keeps knocking the ball into that open corner in the field. Happy with just scoring singles and doubles. And the ball is just knocked. It's going to be a 4. It races to the boundary, and it is a 4 for the Pumas. Sounds is going to be the last over of the innings. Wish we could have seen what the score is now. But it's not a run added to the tally. Fielders are back on the boundaries, expecting big sixes, just trying to stop them. Wow, and that is not far enough to be caught. It's not going to be a boundary. Easily be stopped by the easily stopped at extra cover position. And this ball quickly comes to the fielder standing at long on, limiting the onslaught of runs to 1. And the Bowler does his thing. One more time. Ball was knocked to the boundary, but it's going to be finding the trusty hands of a Puma player standing in Cow's corner position. Stopping those runs in their tracks. Batsman swings, misses. No more runs added to the tally. And it's going to be the last ball, sounds like, of the innings. Then finally the batsmen or the fielders can go and try the whatever they had, choppies or balls. That ball was knocked to the boundary, but it's not going to reach the rope. And the innings is over. The Pumas had put on quite a high score for the CPI old boys to chase. They've got more than enough experience to reach that target. In fact, the high scores, the average high score is higher than those of the Pumas. The batsmen are greeted by their teammates as they come off the field. Pumas are very happy with their performance. Joking a bit with the umpire, they're going to take a short break, then they'll be back. We're going to put away some of our gear now. We will still be streaming, but as we found today, some of our gear is not compatible with our phone, so we're going to put those away and see that since that they aren't working. But next week will be another story with a new phone. We're going to see what is happening with the new gear and how are they compatible. Like we mentioned earlier, we won't be able to check earlier in the week whether everything works together. We will only be able to see that in our first game next Sunday. Let's look at